In this video, we'll learn about using Southwest Minnesota Arts Council's online grant system to apply for and manage a grant. On the Southwest Minnesota Arts Council or SMAC website, there are a couple of ways to get to the grant system. One is to go to the Grants tab, and there's a login link right there. Or each of the individual pages for the grant programs has a login button as well. So we'll go to one of those. And here at the top of the page, just under the guidelines, there's an Apply Now button. That will take you directly to the grant system. On the login page, if you have an account already, you can go ahead and log in. If you're not sure whether someone from your organization already has an account, you can contact us and we can get that figured out for you. But if you are totally new to the grant system, you can click Create New Account. To create your account, first you'll fill out some information about your organization. If you are applying as an individual, your organization name will be your first name and last name, and you can enter NA for your tax ID number for now. Then you'll add some data about your organization or yourself if an individual, including county and Minnesota House District, type of organization or individual, and primary arts discipline. The next section is specific to you as a user, since there can be multiple users for your organization. There is a button to copy your mailing address from what you entered under Organization. Make sure to choose an email address that you have easy access to. This will be where you receive all system emails and reminders about your application. Then you'll enter and confirm the password you want to use and click Create Account. You'll be asked to verify that you received a system email, and then you can click Continue. You'll be taken to the Apply page if you're a new applicant, or to your dashboard if you're a returning applicant. If you have acted as a grant review panelist for us before, in addition to an applicant, you'll need to make sure to switch your role to applicant on logging in. And we're first going to head to the Apply page. This lists all of the grant programs that are currently available. You can see more about each one of them. You can also search for a program. If you'd like to take a look at what the application looks like without starting anything, you can click the Preview button, or if you are ready to start an application, you can click Apply. Pointing out a few buttons at the top of the application as we get started. The Copy Previous Answers button. If you have done an application in the system before, you can choose to copy from one of those previous applications, and it will bring over answers to any questions that are the same between those two applications. There's also a Collaborate button. If you want someone else to be working on your application with you, you can enter their email address here, choose what level of permission you want to give them, and send them a message about what you'd like them to do. You may want someone to proof your application, to add some extra data or attachments. You may need them to come in and sign your application, so that is a helpful button there. You would fill out this little form and then click the Invite button. You'll enter a name for your project along with the amount you are requesting, although you may want to wait to fill that in until after you have done your budget form. In the application, you will find narrative fields, which now allow you to format the text. You can do things like bolding certain parts using numbering or bullets. It will also, as you type into the application, let you know how many characters you have left. There are some fields that you'll enter that are date fields. If you click into them, you can choose your date on the calendar. Then you will find some fields that are upload fields and allow you to attach a file. Most of the upload fields also have a space to provide a description of what it is that you're attaching. You'll also see some link fields. If you enter a link into one of the text or narrative fields, it will not function for the people that are reviewing it. So if you would like the reviewers to just be able to click this icon and go directly to your link, please put it in one of these link fields. As you're going through the application, you may also see some resources to help you answer some of the questions. Then you'll need to fill out a budget form, and there are two ways that you'll find the budget forms in our applications. If you are an organization, there will be an Excel form that you can download. We'll talk about that first. On the budget form, you can enter a title for your budget and then start listing all of the different expenses you will have. And we'll put some numbers in here. And you'll see that it is totaling for us. And then you can put some income towards the project along with describing what that is. And then it does some calculations for you and tells you your request cannot exceed $34.50 or the maximum request amount for this grant program, whichever is less. So let's say we're doing arts in the schools. So $34.50 is less than $4,000. So that is the amount that we can request. And our profit equals 0, which is what we're aiming for. But let's say our project is more expensive. We'll add a little bit to our expenses. And now it tells us our request can't exceed $44.50 or the $4,000 max, whichever is less. So here we can request $4,000. And then we have a profit of minus $450, which means we'll need to find some income to cover that. So we'll need $450 more in our income. And now again, our profit equals 0. Once you've completed your budget form, you can come back and upload it here. And now that we've talked through what to do for an organization project budget, we can take a look at what to expect for an artist project budget. If you're filling out an application for an artist grant, you'll find that the budget form is embedded into the application itself, so you'll just need to enter the information in the fields provided. And again, it will total for you. You may also come across some questions in the application that, when answered, will bring up another question. And it does always tell you what the question will be about after you make your choice here. So here this is asking, are we an arts organization or a non-arts organization? We'll choose arts organization, and now it brings up arts organization expenses. So you may run into this in a few of the different applications. Then at the bottom of the application, you will find a place for signatures. For organizations, you're going to have a couple people that will need to sign, which is a great place to use that collaboration button. And for individual grants, it'll just be you signing the application here. And then at the very bottom, you have a couple of options. You can click Save Application. And this will bring up a list of all of the required questions that you still need to answer. Since we haven't really done anything, they're all listed here, but that will help you track your progress, and you can hit Continue to keep working. You don't need to click the Save Application button in order for what you're entering to be saved. It will be doing that automatically for you as you work. But the Save Application button does let you see those remaining questions you have If you decide you are not going to apply after all, there's a button to abandon your request, or if you are ready to submit your application, you can click the Submit button. So now we're going to head back to our dashboard. On the dashboard, you'll see there are 3 main columns of your requests. The first column is Action Needed, and this includes requests where you need to submit your application, fill out your contract, complete a report, etc. So some sort of action is needed on those. The No Action means that there's nothing required for you to do, although the application is still open. So you would see this if you have submitted an application but it hasn't been awarded or denied yet. And then the historical column is all of your other requests that are no longer active. So these would be things that are completely closed and finished, things that were denied, or things that have been abandoned. Requests will have this little ribbon icon if they are a request that has been awarded. Each of these columns can also be expanded, so you see a full card of details for each of those projects, and lets you know in more detail what the status of each of those is. If there is the little red alarm clock, it means the deadline is coming up in the next 2 weeks. Or you may also see this if the form is past due. The calendar icon means that the deadline for that application or follow-up is a little further out. And then it also lists documents connected to that application. So you'll find things like the application that you completed, the grant contract you need to look at, your final report, along with files that are related to your request, such as your award letter and the budget form to use for your final report. You can also search among your requests. So you'll see now we're limited to ones that are related to artists. So if you have a lot of previous requests in here, that'll be easy to find. You can also type in the name of the project in that search box. And then the other area to look at is this bar on the side, which has things that are assigned to you that you need to take action on. So here's where you'll find things that are due soon, due in a little while. And in order to work on those, if you'd like to come in and sign your contract, you'd find that and click Start. If you've been working on something and you're coming back to work on it, you can click Continue. And then in this Upcoming tab, it's got things that are a little further out. You can also access some of these forms within the request card by just clicking on the link to that form. So this is where you will find and be able to keep track of everything you need to apply for and manage your grant requests. Thanks for learning about SMOC's grant system. Please contact us with any questions or visit our website for more information.